Hey guys, I'm back. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I hope that you have had an awesome and amazing week. For those of you who tune in every single Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here live on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. For those of you who are brand new to Mental Health Moment, we are here live, as I mentioned, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Black Women Empowered Incorporated Facebook page, YouTube, and LinkedIn Live. And for those of you who are watching the replay on Dr. Nikisha Hammond YouTube page, be sure to like the page, share this video, and subscribe. So thanks for those who are starting to join here. It's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. I reside in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Let me know where you are tuning in from today in the chat. I right now am in one of my favorite places on earth, which is Bali, Indonesia. I've been telling you all about this trip. I'm finally here. Good evening from Boston. Welcome, welcome. Finally here. I can't even tell you. I can't even describe how happy this place makes me. Honestly, there's just certain places in the world that you're in, and it just brings you so much joy and happiness. And this is definitely one of those places. So I'm happy to be here. I'm going to share a couple of quick announcements. Oops, if I can get to my calendar here with you guys. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me see if I make sure I give you the right date. Yes, I can. Okay. All right. So again, welcome. For those who are trying to join here, it's Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. Hope you're doing great. For those of you, I know some of you had mentioned you wanted to follow along behind the scenes here in Bali. So at Dr. Nikisha Hammond is my Instagram page. I am trying to share as much as possible on my stories here. Joining you in Michigan. Welcome. So be sure to follow along. Also, so there's a lot happening in Bali. So one of the things that's happening is that I am filming my first documentary. Super excited about that. It's all about mental wellness, different parts of Bali I want to show, and a couple other different things. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but I'll definitely share that with you all when all of that is put together. But in the meantime, just some of the behind the scenes moments, I'm definitely capturing on the IG stories. So be sure to tune in to that. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. The other thing is, well, I'm also speaking, which I'm super excited about, to an amazing group of individuals this Friday for Marriott for a corporate wellness event. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm here with my awesome family, and we're gonna just try to spend some quality time as well. So definitely juggling different things. I've never quite done that before. I do love the idea of work and play, but it's a big juggle here. But I'm super excited. I'm super grateful to be here. So that's what I'm doing out here. Hi, thanks so much for joining here. Let me know where you're tuning in from in the chat. Again, I'm in Bali, Indonesia. Super excited. Actually, Jimbaran Beach area, which my family and I really, really love so much. I'm so excited to be here. Let me give you a couple quick announcements, and then I want to start mental health moment. So I also want to remind you all, if you are new to mental health moment is all about how do you work on becoming the best version of who you are so you can show up powerfully for yourself and for the people around you. So a couple quick things on, oh, you know what? We'll update on the website soon. But on Saturday, August 23rd, I will be speaking in the Tampa area at an event. It's called the Mind Masters Workshop. It's an event for youth, 6th through 8th graders. But also there's information for parents as well about emotional wellness for youth, and also how to parent to keep our kids emotionally healthy on Saturday, August 23rd in Tampa. And drnikishahammond.com/events is where you can go to get all the updated information. We'll definitely have that on there soon. But at the same time, actually, you know what? Let me hold on one moment. I'm going to see. I probably can get it for you right now. Let's see. Hold on. I really, 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 really want to see if I can get that information for you. Okay. You know what? I do have it. Okay, so you can actually register for that at jacksoninaction83.org. So Jackson in Action 83.org is where you can go to register for that. And okay, the other thing I wanted to mention, October 24th. Okay. my calendar is different because I'm ahead about 12 hours from you all. So I'm trying to tell you all dates, but it's a little different on there, looking different. So nonetheless, Friday, October 24th also. And hi, thanks for those who are joining here. UAE's in the house, welcome. Kansas is in the house, welcome. Friday, October 24th is when I'll be having my Growth, Mindset, and Self-Care Summit. I'm super excited this year to do it in person. It'll be in Atlanta. You can go to mindsettrainingsummit.com, mindsettrainingsummit.com to register. It is an all-day event. I will be there. I'll be hosting, and I'll have some other amazing speakers that'll be there as well. And it also will be a good self-care experience as well. So we're going to blend it all, right? We're going to have some fun, have some relaxation, and learn the tools that we need to move forward in our lives and to be better leaders and to be better individuals. So drnikishahammond.com/events, again, has all the information to register for that, as well as mindsettrainingsummit.com is where you can go directly to register for the event. But make sure to register soon because the early bird tickets end, I believe it's August 31st. And then the price goes up. So make sure to get the early bird tickets. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining here. Okay, so those are all my announcements that I have for you today. And again, if you're just now joining, I am in Bali, Indonesia. Super excited to be here. I absolutely love and adore this place and the people and the culture and the food. Like, it's just a phenomenal place. Instagram, Dr. Nikisha Hammond is where you can follow in the stories if you want to follow along on the journey of filming this documentary and doing all the things that I'm doing here and having some fun. But on today's mental health moment, I wanted to really remind you of something that I think is important. So for those of you who are new to mental health moment, a lot of times I talk about what I call holistic self-care. I've written books on it. This is something I preach. This is something I live by. And that is really the notion of making sure that you are taking care of yourself, not just physically, which is important, but also emotionally and mentally and spiritually, right? There's so many aspects of ourselves. So I want to share with you today one of the ways that you can do this, because I know that we're all busy. I get it. And frankly, even the journey, let me just share with you all briefly, like the journey to get here was a very interesting experience because, and it reminded me of life, right? There's so many things that just happen. There's so many twists and turns, like literally the journey to even get here to Bali there were so many things that just pop up, which happens in travel, which happens in life, right? Joining from North Dakota, welcome. Dr. Hammond here with your mental health moment. So first of all, you all, let's see, last week, I remember it's hard, like the days start to blur when I'm out here, but last week, I didn't even realize that, well, a week and a half ago, I was talking to my grandmother on the phone, like just randomly talking to her. I was talking about the trip, we're getting excited, getting ready to leave. And so she was like, oh, how long, is the flight? And, we're talking about that sort of thing. I was like, oh, I can't remember one of them, if it was 12 or 14 hours or 15, because there was a couple flights. And so I checked my cell phone. I'm on the phone with her. I'm checking the app, the airline app, and checking to see just how long, to see how long the flight is to tell her. And I look in there and it shows like alert on the passport. And it showed that my son's passport, so certain countries, you have to be within 6 months of the passport expiring to go. So even though it wasn't an expired passport or wasn't within the 6-month window, if that makes sense, it was a shorter amount of time and you have to be 6 months or more of the expiration before you can go. So I literally saw that alert because I logged into the airline and I remember being on the phone with her. I was like, oh my God. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, I was telling her my son's passport. I'm like, wait, it's saying, wait, we're not. And I'm starting to do the math and I'm like, oh my goodness, mind you, this is the Sunday. We're supposed to be traveling on the following Saturday. So this is like less than a week. Passports take months to get or weeks to get for the expedited. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. So anyhow, I went into a slight panic mode because I'm like, okay, we're trying to do the thing. We have different things happening in the rest of the summer. So then obviously, because I'm here like, right, the spoiler alert at the end of the story, but I started going on ChatGPT literally. And I spent like, I think an hour and a half on there just researching like, what can I do? How can I get this expedited? There's all these different ways to do it. then it was like, okay, so we live in the Tampa Bay area. Miami, Florida is about 4-ish hours from us. And it was saying, if you go to that particular passport office, you can get a same day passport. But you have to have an appointment. And it's really hard to get an appointment. So it's a real time. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining here. So nonetheless, I get the appointment by the grace of God, because they had one appointment left, you all. They had one. I had to wait till Monday. Remember, this is Saturday I'm talking to. I waited till Monday. Hurried up. I'm calling. I'm telling them, frantically, I'm trying to leave on Saturday for this trip. And they were like, we have one appointment left on Thursday morning. And so of course I took the appointment. It was 7 a.m., right? So we're like, okay, this, mind you, we didn't plan to be going to Miami in the middle of the week. It's a 4-hour, drive to one way. And so nonetheless, Wednesday, we pack our bags. We're like, we got to go down there Thursday morning, 7 a.m., actually 7:45. We were in the line, like doing all the things, got our passports, or got the passport for my son. Thank God, right? It was a very last minute. They printed it the same day. It was wonderful that it worked out in that way. Excited about that. And then you all, on Friday morning, so mind you, we're flying out on Saturday. One of the legs of the flight had already been canceled. We got rebooked. Okay, no issues. Friday morning, I wake up. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a spam email. I kid you not. And I get an email from a affiliate airline that was taking us to Bali. That's like, oh, your flight's canceled. And I'm like, wait, what? And I don't know why my brain thought that, because it really was an airline. But I'm like, wait, is this like a joke? Like, is this a spam? Because we had already gone through the passport thing the day before. And so nonetheless, it was like, your flight, we were connecting in South Korea, Seoul, South Korea, to Bali. It's canceled. And I'm like, what do you mean it's canceled? And they're like, go back to your original airline that you booked with and try to reschedule them. Super long story short, had to do all that. Spent the morning, Friday morning now, doing, mind you, this is the day before we're supposed to leave, doing all that, trying to get it together. They essentially were amazing. And they rebooked us on a brand new airline now, because this was the second time this flight was canceled, the connector flight to actually get into Bali. And so they rebooked us. And so then now we had a super long layover, right? It was like a 12-hour layover because of this new airline. But you know what we decided? We're like, let's just make, right? They say, there's this quote somewhere that says, when life gives you lemons, to make grape juice out of it, like literally, right? Just do something with it. So we're like, okay, let's just take the time then and leave the airport for a couple of hours and just go on a tour and just see. We've never been to Seoul, South Korea before. Maybe just see the area, see a couple of different things, right? So sure enough, I share this with you because we ended up doing that. So we obviously left on Saturday, had my son's passport and my husband and I's passport. And we, do the travel thing. We get to South Korea. And I remember at that time, it was exhausting because that was a 15-hour flight. We went from Tampa to Atlanta, then Atlanta to South Korea. That flight was 15 hours. We had already gone from Tampa to Atlanta, which was like only an hour and a half. And we were so tired and exhausted. But I was like, you know what? Let me find a way. And this is what I want to share with you on today's mental health moment. I was like, let me find a way to decompress, right? Because we already had another flight that we had to take from there. That was another 7 hours later on. So when we were out and about, we ended up stumbling upon this temple, and it was free. I mean, like open to anyone. Doesn't matter your religion, your race, or whomever. Just here it is. It's open. And so there was like this pillow, like a floor pillow that different people could take, and this beautiful, serene, calm energy temple. And I remember just sitting there and just being really grateful, right? Because there was so much that had happened, and just really taking the time to take some deep breaths in this place. Like it was just, like I said, very calming energy in there. Being grateful, thinking about how grateful I was for this experience that I was going to go on, and also being grateful to find ways, which is what I want to remind you of on today's mental health moment, to find ways, even in the hectic chaoticness of life, to take the pause, to recharge yourself, to find the places and situations where you can have, again, even if it's a minute, I talk about that all the time, but take the time to have, get out of the fight or flight mode, right? Because a lot of times our bodies are revved up, our minds are revved up, there's so much going on. Trust me, in this travel journey, there was definitely times when I was in the flight or fight mode, right? And so I do all this, I, get in my little zen,